Well, hello there friends, Stag here. Welcome back to my channel, where I showcase the creation process of my gothic and lowbrow fantasy art and ramble the art things. I've had an absolutely lousy week being sick, and then I finally get back to work, and the painting I was working on was just not working out. Today I woke up with a scratched eyeball and I'm cranky, so I'm here to take it out on all of you. So, this was the first test batch of prints I got from Catprint. I was intrigued by the possibility of holographic prints, plus they have a ton of other paper stocks I really like. They also offer a sample pack to see what types of stock they offer, which is kind of cool to flip through and see it in person. What you can expect if you get something printed on it. Since filming this, I have ordered a few more times. The most current, there was a mishap, but I will talk about that in that video, as it really is a thing of its own. I still like the company, and I plan on using them. So Catprint has this nice little practice of sending out hard proofs for you to approve before they print off the rest of whatever multiples you had in the order, which I appreciate immensely. I got real familiar with the process recently and could have had like complete disaster if this was not a thing. But anyways, I wanted to make bookmarks. Bookmarks are something I have always offered off and on because they are incredibly simple to make. In the past, I would print out the art on glossy photo paper and laminate it. But I didn't want to do that. The problem with laminating is like cat hair. While not always will there be an issue, stray cat hairs can be a thing, and you can set up shop in a total sterile environment, but somehow every little fiber or dust, anything can get up in there in the lamination, and there's just a lot of waste. If a project has a lot of waste, I tend to deviate from it for a bit, which is why I hate using my silhouette cutter for stickers. If you follow other creatives with the same cutter, I'm sure they have a video or two of cameo fails. While every opportunity I like to just do things myself, that's just not practical, and when you have a lot of waste and stuff, it's just, I don't want to stick with it. Simply put, I just didn't really feel like laminating anymore. And I was having more and more issues with my current laminator, and I just didn't really want to replace it. And I wanted less work. Bookmarks might seem a little antiquated, but I personally still prefer to have a physical copy of a book despite too many bookshelves, and they are horrendous to move. Like a box of books is like the heaviest thing. I personally like books, and I read a lot. It's just one of those simple things I can't live without. I want to say like all these prints worked out, but the Dark Conjurer. I feel the bottom of the print was so dark, it was hard to discern that there even was a cat there, and ultimately I didn't finish them out as bookmarks and never listed them for sale. I want to adjust the image a bit to brighten it up with hopes of it looking a bit better. But that will happen when I restock later down the line. So, I wasn't thinking when I ordered. I guess it wasn't that I wasn't thinking, but I just wasn't so familiar with them and the process, with all the options they have. I could have had these pre-cut, even with rounded corners, if I wanted to. I will definitely do that next time because less work makes a happier stag. Because of getting them printed on the sheets, I went with a black back. While the holographic side is laminated, the backs are not, but they have this almost like plastic feel. The quality does seem really great. I did at some point test a holographic side with a little bit of water and wiped it across, and it acted just like plastic or laminate and dried up right away. The back did not. While I wish the back was more finished, it's understandable. But I definitely think when I get more done, I will have them cut the size for me, and we'll update the backs with like painting title or whatever image I feel like. With dealing with each individual print, it's easier to align text or images on the back. I was able to do that with my coffin-shaped bookmarks I also offer, which I do not have them in this video. I'm not sure if I even unboxed them on cam. For those, I went with a gorgeous shimmer stock, but I can't photograph it to do any justice to save my life, but it does give them this like metallic, like shimmering sheen. So for these critters, I cut them all out with a paper cutter. I rounded the corners. I had to test out my corner punches, as I forget which one worked. One with the handles is super easy to use on the hands, but it always screws up and miscuts the corners, and it does this like slight indentation that just doesn't make sense and does not look good at all. And then I punched the hole with just a regular hand punch, and the final step is the tassel. You can find bookmark tassels all over the internet in bulk, even Amazon if you do so please. Like they've been around. Sometimes you can find different suppliers with them online, but you can really find them just about anywhere in a lot of marketplaces. I love making things. Specifically, I love making things with my art. There are other options to making bookmarks, like putting a print out in plastic bookmark sleeves, and you can get those at retailers like clear bags. That's just one I'm thinking off the top of my head. But I never really liked the look personally, like those type of bookmarks. Though they are super simple, like I would still definitely always feel better finishing them off with a tassel. It just adds an extra bit of flair that just seems to make the project look all the more legit. I would really love to get more decorative and find some nice charms and beads to use with these. Some of these I did raid my bead stash and finish the tassels off with little skulls, but they were quickly depleted. I don't have any more beads with holes big enough to accommodate the tassel string, and I'd have to actually know my measurements of what the inner dimensions of the beads are to find more. Like those skulls I know were really hard for me to find when I got them like years ago, so it'd probably be really hard to find them still. So this is like just kind of a simplistic video where I just talk about, you know, making the bookmarks. If you are starting an art business, selling at fairs, trying to market your art, just know not everyone collects prints and paintings. Not everyone's an art collector, but a lot of people read. A lot of people need magnets. People like accessories like buttons. While there's a minute sea of people collecting art, there's a much broader sea of people that just like stuff with art that happens to be on it. You can turn a 12-year-old into an art collector with this $1 button badge or sticker. I always like to offer a wide range of things, and I do honestly like making things. Sometimes having all those little products like on your table, like it gets people interested and they start looking at it and they're like, I really like this art, and then maybe they would buy a print when it comes down to it because they start looking through all the different things. So it is definitely like a gateway product. And with bookmarks, it was one of those things I got in relatively soon in like my art career when I branched away from prints. They are a relatively easy thing to make with relatively low startup. Like you don't have to round the corners if you don't want to, but like a corner punch and a hole punch and some tassels, and if you want to do the laminate route and print them out from home you can, or you can go elsewhere and get your prints made. And with a paper cutter or a pair of scissors you can make a bookmark. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the process. I will be back soon with another painting video. Until next time. You can find me on Patreon and Instagram, where I post what I'm working on the moment. And you can also find my website, lowbrowmisfits.com, for prints, paintings, and more art stuffs. Well, bye.